My family may not fit the mold of what society expects, but that's what makes us unique. Each person brings their own version of love, chaos, and understanding, and that's more than enough for me. We all have different backgrounds and ways of showing affection, but at the end of the day, love is universal. My family and yours may be worlds apart in terms of traditions, but love is the thread that connects us all. It's easy to compare our families to others, but I've come to realize that the differences make us who we are. Our quirks, customs, and traditions are what make us stronger and more connected to one another. Sometimes I look at other families and wonder how they do things so differently, but then I realize that our differences are what make us special. I wouldn't change a thing about the way we love, argue, and celebrate life. My family might not be the perfect picture of what others expect, but in our imperfection, we've found strength, love, and understanding. It's okay to be different because that's where the beauty lies. There are times when I feel like we're worlds apart from other families, but it's those differences that make our bond so unique. We may not be conventional, but we are perfect in our own way. Every family is different, and that's what makes each one special. My family has its own set of rules, its own language, and its own way of showing care, and that's perfectly fine with me. The more I embrace the differences in my family, the more I realize that it's okay to be unconventional. We may not follow the same paths as others, but our love for each other is just as real. Sometimes I get caught up in comparing my family to others, but I've learned that the differences aren't something to be ashamed of. They're what make us who we are and what makes our bond unbreakable. It's easy to feel disconnected from other families, but I've realized that our differences are what make us stronger. Our unique ways of doing things bring us closer together in ways that others may never understand. We may not be like other families, and that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's what makes us feel comfortable and loved. Our differences are what make our family ours. I used to think that our family was strange because we were different from others, but now I see that it's our differences that make us special. There's beauty in not fitting the norm. No matter how different our families may be, we all have the same capacity for love. My family may not be like yours, but our love for each other is just as deep and real. We may not live according to traditional expectations, but I wouldn't change a thing about my family. Our differences are what make us a family, and they're worth celebrating. It's okay for our families to look different. We're all navigating this world in our own way, and the diversity of family structures only enriches the human experience. Sometimes the biggest lessons come from embracing how different we are. My family may not match yours, but we've found our own rhythm, and that's what matters most. Our family might not conform to societal expectations, but we've created our own version of what it means to love, support, and care for one another. Our differences are what make us strong. There's no one right way to be a family. My family might not reflect yours, but we've built something beautiful out of our differences, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I once thought there was something wrong with our family because we didn't look like the ones I saw on TV or in movies. But now I realize that our uniqueness is what makes us real and strong. Every family has its own story to tell, and ours is one of love and acceptance despite our differences. We may not be the same as others, but we're exactly who we're meant to be. My family is my own version of normal. We don't have to fit into anyone else's mold to be loved, and that's what makes us perfect in our own way. It's easy to feel inadequate when we compare our families to others, but the truth is no one family is exactly like another. Our differences don't make us less, they make us extraordinary. We may be different, but that's the beauty of it. Each family is a unique reflection of its values, traditions, and love, and that's something worth celebrating. Being different doesn't mean we're broken. It means we have a story, a journey, and a path that's all our own, and that's more than enough to be grateful for. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like to have a family like everyone else. But then I realize that I wouldn't trade the way we are for anything. Our differences are what make us unique. Families come in all shapes and sizes, and there's no one-size-fits-all model. The beauty lies in how we love, support, and accept each other, no matter how different we may seem.